Hello, I'm Dr. Rosie Kuhn, and this is day 10 of our boot camp on self-transformation. Yeehaw! Good job, you guys. If you're here, you've done 2 weeks of pretty amazing stuff. And you might go, no, it's no big deal. But truly, I want you to acknowledge, I'm acknowledging you and thanking you for being here today. And what I mean by that is you're staying present to something in yourself. You're staying present to a level of commitment and clarity of what you're wanting. Maybe you're curious enough to stay present to these in these videos, but I want to thank you for that. And I'm grateful, not just because you're here with me for my sake, but because I'm grateful that you're here for you, for your sake. And you might have thought that what you've been doing is minuscule, but the truth is that there are so many ways that you have incrementally grown your consciousness. There's so many ways that you have increased wisdom and knowledge in yourself that you may not even know of. There's so many ways that you courageously met perhaps some boundaries that fear was present there, and you go, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just practice this today. So I really want to thank you and for being here. And again, being grateful that you're taking the time and the energy to do this for yourself. So I'm saying that to you, and at the same time, I'm wanting to ask you, maybe put this in your journal, is what shifted for you? What have you noticed that you've shifted over this period of time? What may have changed, if anything? What are you conscious of now that you perhaps weren't conscious of even 2 weeks ago? So these are those questions I ask every client when I'm working with them. And after every week, it's like, what did you notice this week? What shifted? What changed for you? What are you aware of? And the more that you know that, the more that you are, again, aware of what can be changed, what you can have choice over. Quite often, and I heard this, it was really amazing. We talk about free will, that we have this free will, but actually most of what we do is not based on free will. It's based on what we think we should do, what others are doing, what's being imposed on us by our history, our culture, our religion, our gender. And as we become more conscious, we become more aware of, wow, I didn't allow myself to make that choice before, and now I can. And that's what this boot camp is all about, is to be able to say, now I can choose to choose differently because I want to choose differently, not because I'm told to choose differently, but because I can. One of the challenges of this kind of work, when we want our fairy godmothers or our astrologers or tarot readers to read and give us the magic answer, one of the challenges is that it takes incremental practice, much like this little caterpillar I keep talking about, incrementally, step by step by step by step, creating something that is unknown. And it may have an intention, or you may have an intention, but it seems like it's out of reach because it seems like it's going too slow. How am I ever going to get there? What I'd like you to do for a practice this today, even now or later, is I want you to make a list of 5 different things in your life that you had to do incrementally. So, for instance, you may have created a garden, and you have to start with getting soil, and you have to cultivate the soil, and then you have to put in the seed, and then you have to nurture the seed, and you have to weed. All of those little incremental things that then grows your flowers and or your fruit. And that's incremental. Or a friend of mine who has gone through school recently, and she just graduated, she had to go through day after day after day after day after day after day after day of studying and being present to her intention of completing her work so that she could work in this particular field that she loves. That was incremental every day. So I want you to acknowledge yourself and really write out, here's what I did under these circumstances. I have some aquariums, you guys might know about that. And with each aquarium, you have to set it up. You've got the aquarium, you've got the dirt or the substrate, the sand, the pebbles, you've got the plants, you've got the fish, but you have to do it in such a way that it cycles itself so it's healthy enough so when you put the fish in, they don't die. That's a big deal. It's an incremental process, and everybody wants to rush it. I've rushed it, and I've killed my fish because I rushed it. If we do it incrementally and slowly and consciously, we grow this environment that then produces amazingness. I have a little aquarium of shrimp, and they actually are having babies now. And that's amazing. That's what I wanted. I wanted them to have babies, but to have actually the experience of seeing the babies in this little aquarium, it's like wonderful. And I had to start out with the incrementalness of it. And that's what this training program is about. And I just want to reinforce that so that when you feel frustrated, when you feel like, oh, I'm not getting far enough, I'm not doing enough, it's not happening fast enough, that I want you to focus on what are those incremental steps that you are taking? What are you noticing? How often are you able to notice negative thoughts and stop them? How often are you able to see the self-hate at work? How often are you able to say, hey, I want what I want, and I deserve to have this fulfilling, infinitely pleasing life? How often are you able to do those? Even microseconds is the beginning and is growing your capacity to fulfill yourself in so many ways. So I want to celebrate you. I am celebrating you. I'm celebrating us that we've gotten this far. Making these videos is an incremental process for me. Learning all that I learned over years, my own personal experience, my own writings, and putting this together, and okay, it's time to do these boot camps. Okay, all of this is incrementally growing what's here today. And am I attached to the outcome? Nope, because I don't know what this is going to become. This is just today as I'm filming these, and we'll see what happens. But there's that celebration of we've got this done. We finished week 10, and that's a good thing. Let me just say that again. We didn't finish week 10, we finished day 10 of week 2. So I celebrate you. Thank you again for being here. If you find these videos valuable, please like them and subscribe, and please share them with other people. All right, thanks very much. Bye for now.